Welcome back. Today on Great Expectations, we've been getting some top tips on children's birthday parties. And if you do nothing else, you've got to have a birthday cake for your little one and the adults. And you don't need to be a chef or have loads of money to do that, believe it or not. Parenting pro Nikki Bush and chef Yudika Sujnani have such lovely ideas. So let's get going with some background to the birthday cake first. Now, Nikki, why do we have to have a cake at a birthday? Where did this come from?
Oh, it started with the Roman times. They used to make single layer cakes, very plain. And then the Greeks decided that candles were important. They put candles on a cake and they used to take the cakes into the temple. And by doing that, they felt that their prayers would be sent to the gods with the smoke.
Oh.
And I think actually that's probably the closest to the reason why I think we have candles is we have a wish. So you get your children, you teach them how to create a wish, and then I think the wish goes up in smoke.
Wonderful. And the actual happy birthday song and the words to that?
Well, there's a story behind this. The Hill sisters, they were two sisters who were preschool teachers, created a song for kindergartens, and it was in the 1930s. And it actually wasn't about birthdays, but then somebody put birthday words to the tune, and there's been a whole royalty debate over this over the years.
Over the birthday songs?
Yes, yes. And I read somewhere that the birthday song eventually got royalty rights and it earned something like $2 million a year, which means that most of us are not paying royalties because I think everybody sings happy birthday.
Imagine how rich they'd be.
Yes, exactly.
Sure. Okay, so the Hill sisters are responsible for the birthday, and we're still fighting over the royalties. Now, the birthday cake, which is my favorite part of any party. If Yudika, like you, I mean, not everyone can bake like you, but if you can't bake and if you don't have an oven, what are your suggestions to a mum who wants to have the best birthday cake for her kiddie?
You can actually buy little trifle sponges even and Madeira cakes, and you can actually construct cakes. I really don't like icing and piping icing. It's not, I've got very warm hands, and then I find that the piping, the icing actually melts in my hands, so I have a problem with that. If you notice the cakes I make, they always seem to be have that homemade look about them. It's because if I hold a piping bag, that icing's just going to ooze out of there.
Okay, so she's not going to ice the cake for us.
So I'm not going to ice cake for you. But yes, you can construct things. You can make triangles.
Very interesting what you've done, some novel ideas.
You can see here, I didn't make those gingerbread men, but if you pop into a few bakeries, you always find gingerbread men. You can stick them onto the sides of the cake, so you don't always have to have a perfect, you don't have a perfect smooth icing around the cake. This is done with cream cheese.
Is that a ginger cake with gingerbread men
no,
around
I think kiddies and ginger might not be, but they like gingerbread men. I think it's the look of a gingerbread
and
man.
And they know the
woman.
stories by then.
Yes, I think it just overpowers the taste.
And this can go up to about, what, a 5-year-old would love a cake like
yes. This is a cake inspired by my little boy. He just loves bugs.
And what you've got behind you, that's caught my attention.
The
they
cake
look like lollipops.
These are cake pops. They are the rage at the moment, and this is something that mums can do. So you actually use.
We're going to make some.
Yes, we're actually going to use leftover cake or any brownie or fudge mixture that you've got. The leftover icing. After I've iced that cake over there, I had a bowl of chocolate buttercream icing here, and you actually use a handheld beater and you beat it up, and you play around with it. You might need to add some icing sugar. I've used brownie mix.
Oh, there's a lovely picture there. That's made out of cake pops. Before we carry on, just tell us here.
That's cake pops. And you can pick up a ready mix, and all you need to do with a ready mix is just add milk and pop it into the oven. Okay, so you're gonna.
So you're not agonizing over the filling of this.
Yes,
That's very easy
you can
to do.
add some, I added Cocoa Pops to this. You can add some of these little silver balls to this, and you're just going to mold those into little shape, little round. And you can get a cake pop mold, something like that, right? And you're going to freeze these until they're nice and hard. Then I've frozen these already. And you take a little stick or a lollipop stick and you put that in there. So you've got your little pop, and there you go. You melt chocolate, should be about 30. This is 55% dark chocolate.
Dark chocolate, right.
Way better for you than the other milk chocolate.
I think the mums and dads are going to love this more than the kiddies.
I think, Yudika, that this is a lovely activity for the kids to do
as
well. So
absolutely.
that they can do the party child can help you do this, which is fantastic.
Yes,
it's like Play-Doh.
Oh,
yes,
wonderful.
It is. The colder, the more frozen the cake pop mix is the quicker the chocolate sets.
So you freeze them and then you do the chocolate over them in this
These have been
tray.
out of the fridge. And then you get these lovely sprinkles like so. And you can actually do this over your little tub here with your cake pop mix. And then you stick that into some polystyrene.
And there you have a cake pop. Now, Nikki, this is a very lovely idea. But just say you're not able to do this. I mean, some simpler things to do at to do for the kid. And let's look at the screen and see what we've got there for you. That's
yes. So
that looks complicated, but it isn't.
That was one of the activities where we took just plain old square tennis biscuits, 2 different colours of icing. There were little blunt knives for all the children, and little baby licorice, all sorts. We had one example in the middle of the table so they could copy it, and then we had that stripy card, and we put the name of each child on the card, and we put that biscuit into the take-home party pack.
Oh, so they
with
get to
little
take it.
cellophane. Yes.
Ooh,
that's my solution. Well, firstly, kids do love donuts. Okay. Yeah. Secondly, that's a solution for a mum whose cake either goes wrong.
Yes.
Okay. Instant cake, mountain of donuts.
I love those ideas.
Yeah.
I love those.
Or somebody who's just run out of time, or it's simple, it's easy, and then making cakes out of cupcakes.
Yes.
And you stack them up.
Where you either stack them up or create, and I don't know, there we go. That's the
yes.
Hungry
That's
Caterpillar.
lovely. That's a lovely idea.
Cupcakes.
Yes. Oh, that's very,
so then
very
every
nice.
child takes a cupcake. You
and
don't
they're
have
not
to do the
fussing
big
over
slicing.
which slice they
which
want.
Can I
want
have the one
face.
with the Smarties on,
yeah.
please?
Oh, wow. All right. Well, those are very, very nice and simple ideas. Now, let's look at a dinosaur, because you said dinosaurs are big.
Yes.
Let's look at a picture of a dinosaur cake.
Oh, well, now that's very elaborate. I don't think most mothers would be able to do that. I would say that was probably done. That was done by somebody else. That's very 3D. But I must tell you that my mum is the big party cake maker in our family, and every child and grandchild gets a beautiful character cake. But she made me once an Aladdin's lamp.
Oh, wow.
And it collapsed.
Oh.
Okay, I think it was my 12th birthday party. And what we did in haste was took 2 litres of vanilla ice cream, created a dome, and then put pink and white marshmallows all over and made an igloo.
Oh, what
and
a
everybody
wonderful
loved
idea.
it.
And they loved it.
You know, sometimes you have to have plan B up your sleeve.
Definitely. Now, mums, I hope we're giving you some wonderful ideas. Let's look at some other pictures of some other goodies.
That's from the dinosaur party. There's lava,
Molten
yeah,
lava.
little chocolate cakes, cupcakes with little dinosaurs on them.
Oh, wonderful. And I believe we have a mermaid in the house. Oh,
Oh, that was one of my mum's cakes.
Did your
Yes,
mum
we
make
had a
that?
mermaid party for
Beautiful.
one of my nieces, and that was, yeah, she does this amazing icing.
who's that?
That's
Old
a
Bob.
Bob the Builder.
That's old
That was a
Bob.
construction party, and on the tables we had all the food in little wheelbarrows and things like that. And the kids for that party made a builder's clipboard where we got masonite cut to A4 size. They had a bit of Ponal wood glue, 2 pegs. They stuck it all, glued it all together. We gave them poster paint. They decorated
make it sound so
and
easy.
that was the take-home
You make
party
it sound
bag.
so easy. And I can't believe we're almost at the end of this. So I need a quick tip from each of you. Your top tip in a nutshell for mums to get through this party.
Lists. Write everything down on a list and tick it as you go. And in fact, there's a party planning checklist that there's a link on
we'll
your
have it on our
Facebook
Facebook
site.
page, yes.
And you
Yes.
will get my party planning checklist, and that takes you from week 4. I don't think I've ever planned a party more than 3 weeks ahead, but 4 weeks is really a good idea.
Wonderful. All right.
Yeah. So
Okay. And then for the kitchen, Yudika.
I would also
top
say,
tips.
very importantly, I'd agree with Nikki, is a list and exactly who is going to do what. Speak to your helpers and make sure everyone at home knows exactly what
Who's
they're
doing
going
what.
to do. Stick it up on the fridge, make sure everyone can see it, and just enjoy. It's important for you to enjoy that time with your loved one. Your
create
little
a memory.
kid. Yeah.
And
This is
don't
a memory.
stress too much. I think the simpler you keep it, the
Yes,
easier it is. And
absolutely.
you know what? You don't have to do everything. Oh, Yudika and Nikki, thank you so much for these wonderful tips. This really, really was fun. Now join Lebo tomorrow when she explores the world of parenting a child with Down syndrome. Well, I'm not leaving here without a piece of birthday cake or 2 or 3. So here goes. Goodbye. And remember, you're a great mummy. Bye now.